Good morning, class. What we're gonna learn today is we're gonna read a book. Before we read the book, this title is called Rainbow Fish by Market Peacefitter in Kindergarten. So specifically, for the objective that student will learn to do in the class is student will be able to ask and answer questions about unknown words in the book Rainbow Fish using verbal clue. So this is the specific objectives of what the student is gonna learn today during the class day. Um, this is a warm activity. I have all the students to ask a question and to know their experience, rare knowledge about the fish. So before we start, who can tell me what is fish? Specifically, I asked this question because I want the student to know what is fish before we start this activity to for the book. The material that I'm gonna use for the students is I have the student with pen, pencil, markers, sticky notes, paper, and notebook, and art. So, the most important from kindergarten is the markers. I introduce the book. So I have this book in PDF. As soon as I open it, I will ask a lot of questions to the students about the book. So let's say, for example, I asked the student, who can tell me what is the rainbow fish? What are you seeing on the picture? Who's the author? Who's the main character? Etc. Etc. Set. So I have the student to engage the book to understand of the to understand of the unfamiliar words in the stories. And let's say, for example, if they don't know the word dive, I will explain and explore the student to able to understand the meaning unknown words in the text. And I have them to encourage students to pair up and discuss uh, on the sticky notes. So I will have all the students with a sticky notes and have them pair with a partner. I do activities. So specifically, I have all the students to encourage to observe the book. I have them the vocabulary word key, and I have some random vocabulary words that happen in the books. So let's move on to the next slide. So then the next slide, I have some few vocabulary words. They are very unfamiliar. Let's say, for example, Shamron, rainbow, fish, scouts, swim, swamp, October, share, and strong. So I chose all these words because there's a lot of kindergarten students that they might not know a lot of vocabulary words, but I will explode them with the vocabulary words. I have them prepared with a pen with a pencil, pen, and a paper to write down the definition of the word. So it's a warm up activity number two, part two. And then after they finish with the vocabulary definition, I have them to explore the worksheet and that what happens on the story after reading the book. Before reading the book, so I had these activities, and then the next one is story time. So I had them to read few page. So I will read few pages to the student to encourage reading share and etc. etc. So let's the Rainbow Fish by Marcus Priester. So I read few books. For out in the sea living a fish, no osprey fish. However, he was the most beautiful fish in the ocean, entire ocean. And then after reading all few pages, I asked the story, who can tell me what happened in the story? Who can tell me some unfamiliar words? And also I explained the class with the word meanings. Let's say, for example, rainbow fish is the title of the word. They not might not know how to spell rainbow fish, but they're gonna get used to it. And I have them to discussion time. So, and specifically discussion time is have them pair up with someone, and then if they don't have a partner, let's say, for example, I'm act as a teacher, students who can tell me who doesn't have a partner? If you guys don't have a partner, please raise your hand so I can so I can put you in another group, a group of three. I will give the students thinking on familiar words with them and write a word that they don't understand on familiar words. Question reference: and how did nonverbal cues help you ask and answer the question about unfamiliar words? So specifically, I had the activity to write sticky notes and the worksheet and then the worksheet to memorize some vocabulary word key that they don't understand the word, um and talk it out with a partner. That's a specific example of corporate learning. And what strategy do you use to understand the unknown words in Rainbow Fish? Specifically, I have a lot of strategy to use a specific assessment with the students. So let's say, for example, I will give you your homework. Please bring the homework back tomorrow, and then I have them a little activities. This they might not know a lot of words. Let's say, for example, settings and the main character. So I will read it out loud, and then I'll write it on the board. So what happens on the setting and what happened on the main character. And then after they finish, I will have them to color the rainbow fish, to have them color to whatever their favorite color is. And then the review. This is how I close it out the activity. So let's say, for example, I will ask student to who can who can tell me who give it a 5 with the storybook, who can give it a 4 storybook. They're gonna raise their hands, and then whoever chose it at 1, they're gonna then I'm gonna explain to them why they chose number 1. This is closure. This is to close out the activity. Review and give the student to raise their hand, number 1 through 5 ratings, and then wrap it up. Review the students what they learned from the rainbow fish. So that is the objectives and the goals of what they learned from doing out the activities. And then flexing question. So what did I learn about teaching and learning throughout the Micoteach experience? Well, specifically, this is my first year. This is my second year here in FIU, and specifically this has helped me a lot to benefit of teacher future teacher as a specific of practicing and learning environment to become a future teacher. Teacher is not part of my life, but I have to put the more effort and cause and effects. And what will take away and use a future teacher specifically? Um, as a future teacher, this is might help me to create a lesson plan, and then represent in front of the students, and have them to encourage and experience during the lifetime in school, and what they're gonna learn from doing the objectives and goal with the lesson plan. I think the lesson plan is gonna benefit of as a future teacher. Let's say, for example, there's language art, math, science, and different type of specific subject I will be using for the lesson plan. So this is language arts. So this is basically it's a vocabulary word, but it's good to keep practicing. And also, I do have other classes that I do feel experience hours, so that's gonna help me a lot when I become a future teacher to to have practices and then have an idea of what I'm gonna do during my lifetime. Thank you.